Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look here at SUI, seeing what's going on. Gonna kind of explain this chart that I have pulled up here. It's not an exact perfect cup and handle, but it kind of almost is too, because it's broken its local resistance range and effectively establishing higher highs and higher lows, but also moving towards liquidation range too. So absolutely awesome stuff here. Congrats to our community members who are currently in profit on our long. We got at 368 if I'm not mistaken, with a take profit in the 385 range. So I'm going to explain more about why we took that trade, not try to convince you in any sense to take one yourself, or why I feel bullish and you should be too. This is really just based on a lot of combining factors. I feel like Bitcoin's going to break bullish here, resubmerge above 100,000, and SUI is going to be poised and ready for that. So again, quick congrats to our committee here for a short position. So here we took, that's SCI. Yeah, we just took a short yesterday from like 1015 to 99.9 for Bitcoin. So kind of just a small, quick, safe trade. I don't expect that to go to zero. So please understand, folks, if you're in that short trade that we took on Bitcoin, obviously secure profits. You're in profit now. Don't get too greedy. That was supposed to be designed as a short-term hold. That being said, I feel like we're flipping a little bit more on the bullish side. Nothing is truly confirmed bullish, but mostly confirmed. And I'll explain what I'm looking for in a trade like this, or why I would consider a trade with SUI at this point. Okay, cool. All disclaimers aside, hit the like button, comment below if you get a chance. Please do me a favor and start hitting the like button every time you watch a video. It helps get this in front of more people, because honestly, some people forget and I get like 20, 30 likes on a video, and it's pathetic considering how many people really do like it. So if you do, appreciate it. Do that every time. Thank you again so much. Okay, so here's liquidation stuff. This is a very, very big problem for people trying to short this coin. First of all, a quick disclaimer, I never short this coin any longer. I was 50% probability, or success rate rather, for shorting this coin. It's just too volatile to the upside. It doesn't make a ton of sense to short. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. We had a lot of liquidation swept here at the $4 to $350 range, but between now and here, where we're at right now, 450 is a likely next target. Again, more longer term. I don't think we're going to see that today, but $4 is kind of that initial range here. So $385 to $4 is that upper liquidation range. I think we're going to probably see that soon. So just know there's more incentive to push the price higher than there is to go lower, because dang near every last every last long got liquidated here, right? Not to say there aren't late longs here, but there's a lot less of them. That being said, take a look here. We can see more longs in the market right now, basically telling us that you are on the right side of tracks if you're considering a long, and you're going against the grain if you're taking a short. Okay, so don't short into a bullish convergence, and don't short into high liquidation that is supporting the direction that we're going in. Doesn't make a ton of sense. Open interest also reflects here that we got a lot of interest below the price. Heavy at 360 and 340 locally, and then 315 and 267. Oh man, that is a nice entry there. I think I got in at like 280 and 320 if I'm not mistaken, so I feel good about it, but on the same accord, that would have been awesome. Okay, anyways, that's kind of where we're at there in the overall sentiment in the background. So background kind of telling us that further upside makes sense. We take look here, we kind of draw like an ascending type of trend here. We can see that we're establishing higher highs and higher lows. It's pretty obvious to me that we're in pretty good shape from a larger term perspective, right? Now again, never exactly perfect, but just something that's important to be mindful of. So let's take a quick look at some larger time frames, kind of see what's going on here, and take it from there. Okay, so let's look at the daily time frame, work our way down, and on the daily time frame too, we want to kind of pay attention to a few key factors here. First of all, this coin has been moderately bearish for a while. Okay, so the daily time frame is not going to look like it's ready to rock and roll. But you got to keep in mind that smaller time frames are generally identifying that, where the macro is going to be less indicative. So if you've watched me for any amount of time, you'll realize that taking trades on one time frame alone is not really very helpful. If you take kind of a blended average of 3 or 4 favorite time frames, it works best. So me, looking at the daily here, I recognize that we have a lot of resistance above $4. Okay, we got tons of it there. Volume weighted moving average, we've got both important SMAs there. Technically, we have an important SMA down below too at 250 roughly. So that is somewhat of a nice little support range there based on previous closures. But generally speaking, we got resistance above us at $4 or higher. Okay, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. We can also see our local lows at about 408, 410. That's likely going to be the new high for us. So we get into the $4 range, we want to be careful. So again, if you ever follow my trades, you'll know that I'm not going to try to take profit at $5 with the long trade from 375. I'm going to take a long at 375, probably secure profits in the golden pocket and or the resistance range where the liquidation level is, which we've already identified here is somewhere between $3.85 and $4. I'm going to secure profits in that range before we get to resistance. Okay. You don't set unrealistic targets. Again, I know some people, what is it? My mom used to always tell me, if you shoot for the moon, you land in the stars, right? Well, that's all well and good, and stars don't do anything at all in cryptocurrency. You have to secure profits when you can. And again, shooting for the moon is one thing, but being an idiot and a moon boy is another, right? So just don't be an idiot moon boy, you'll be fine. Anyways, not everyone can turn that off, and a lot of people have it, mainly because majority of crypto is, unfortunately, just a bunch of idiots that don't know what they're doing. But again, I'm an idiot sometimes too, right? I make mistakes, perfectly fine by that, but I make a lot less of them. And I've got hundreds of traders underneath me, so there's no point in making countless mistakes. There's reasons why people stick around. Thank you again too. I've had some community members in my premium group since like May of 2021. It's just amazing. We're coming up on 4 years of a channel here, and it's been awesome. I've been trading for 20 plus years, but crypto's been a fun thing. Anyways, let me go ahead and get back on track. Sorry about that. So 4-hour time frame. Where are we at here? Well, we're still below the 50-day SMA, right? That's right there. We're currently testing that right now. Breaking above that would be a positive sign. So closing over 375, roughly, is going to be a very indicative sign that we're on track here for further continuation. So that's really what I'm looking for. But initially, we're above our VWMA, we're above our 20-day SMA. Those are two important factors for me. We're also over 50 on the RSI, which is super important. Not a lot of coins are able to say that right now. Okay, money flow index following that, stochastic swing up the second time, always carries more weight than the first. And the reason why that is because we're retesting this resistance range, right? It has more momentum, more pushing power because it's retested the local low, which is a previous high. Okay, so those are all just things you want to kind of look for. MACD is converging quite strong. The 4-hour time frame looks almost perfect, minus this little resistance at 378. Okay, and again, there's a lot of liquidation just above that level to incentivize the price to go higher. Okay. That's kind of how that works. Hourly time frame. Here's a couple things to kind of pay attention to. Ichimoku cloud, perfect. Lagging spans, free and clear conversion lines over the baseline. This is like hitting 10 out of 10 on the Richter scale for both the hourly and the 4-hour time frames. So we got really strong convergence on the lower time frames, and obviously retest this local high, likely to be broken here soon. Only thing that's problematic is that macro resistance range, which of course we've addressed already. Technically, the resistance range is 425 to 455, but we have a lot of confluence at $4 to 410. Okay, so we could literally just stretch this resistance range out and be like, hey, this whole thing is a resistance range, right? That's realistically what's going to happen. And again, we got that golden pocket there. I'm going to update our fib levels. I'll post a new playout chart here shortly, so please understand the chart's a little messy for now, but I got the point across here, and the meat and potatoes are in the hourly and the 4-hour time frame. So again, a good few handful of hourly time frames makes a good 4-hour candle. A good handful of 4-hour candles makes a good daily. We're building that foundation, okay? But we're not quite there yet. We're not like totally breaking bullish where you go long to $5. That's not the case. If you're one of those kind of persons, that's fine. Just make sure you use spot bag and don't use any leverage, because there's going to be a lot of ebbs and flows between now and then, okay? Cool. All right, that's the gist of it there. I hope that made sense. I described that correctly. Thanks again so much for being an awesome part of my life. Like the video every single time. Appreciate that. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.